All right, welcome back to LearnWire. I figured I would make a video and see if I can actually go in here and make video with this new software that I did a review on yesterday, which is called Catalyst. This is Catalyst AI Storytelling Studio. You can use AI to turn your scripts into visual stories with customizable scenes, characters, and props. Now, this is a storyboard video or storyboard creator, but I want to see if I can use it to create a video just for fun to see if we can just expand what we can do with the actual tool. Now, they do have it on their roadmap that they are adding the ability to export as video. We don't know what that's going to look like. At the end of the day, you're probably going to have to do some video editing anyways. And so I'm going to go ahead and just see what we can come up with. This is fun to be creative and see what we can do. I am by no means a creative artist or anything like that, but I think that this will be fun trying to put something together. So if you want to pick this up, this is license tier 1. I just picked up license tier 1 for fun. I want to experiment with it this month. But if I ended up really liking the tool, which I do so far, but if I feel like it's going to be valuable in my business and I'm going to actually use it, then I'm going to pick up license tier 2 because it's going to give us unlimited images per month. So we're going to go and check this out. So let's go just jump in real quick. So I've already done some prep work. I've already gone into ChatGPT and written our story right here. I'm going to go and copy this right over here. So copy, and you can see I have a full story right here about an alien and so forth. Tried to tell it to be funny and so forth. It's in a sense, I don't know, what you guys will think of this, a little bit a confusing or boring story, but it's really just, I want to just see what we can do with creating a story. So I only did like half of the story because I didn't want to, and I already recorded the voiceover too. So that's pretty cool. And so let's go jump in, and I just need to go into Excel and just create a new file in Excel, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and paste this in, and I'm going to have to shape this up real quick. And so essentially, I'll just show you what I do. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab wherever a new sentence shows up, like right over here. So I'm going to grab the rest of this right here and cut that out right there. And then I'll put that on this new line right over here. And then I'll just do the same thing right over here. I'll go to right here and I will grab that part right there. Okay, perfect. So you can see right over here, I guess I need to go and insert one more line right here. So I'll insert, and then I'll come over here. I'll grab this last sentence. You don't want to have too much on one line. Okay, so we've got these lines right here in Excel, right? And so we have 9 lines. This is the story. So I'm going to go back into the software Catalyst right over here, Catalyst AI. I'm going to say create new project, and then we're going to just call this Bob. That's the main character. And we could go with the sketch version. Let's go with the cinematic. I think that's more fun. And then we'll go with create right here. And then it's going to give us our option how we want to create this. I'm going to use the CSV. That's why I created that CSV file. And then I'm just going to go over here and select Bob, the CSV file right there, and push open. Oh, I didn't save it as a CSV. So there's our first mistake. We got to go file. We got to go save as. It's going to be Bob, and come down here and make this a CSV right there. Boom. Save, come back in, grab Bob CSV, boom. Okay, so we've got this uploaded and it moved all these into different lines and scenes. It's just going to be easier to sort it out in Excel. So this feature right here is what I like the most. And then, but if you're going to create one from scratch, then I can see how the other options would be really good, because you can just do one scene at a time. You can perfect the prompt and then create your story that way. So there's another way to use this for sure, but I'm going to use it like this. So it's going to go and create these for us real fast, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we have our character right here, and here's the scenes. So it has several that are like homemade gadgets. I'm not really sure how these would be the scenes. So maybe you would want to, if we feel like a scene is out of place, then we would be able to switch it. Some of these are really good and some not so good, like this part right over here. Actually, the Interstellar Hello Maker, it was essentially a modified microwave with a satellite dish strapped to it. And so it created that. Pretty cool. There's some good stuff going on over here, but then there's some other stuff too where it doesn't really show them outside of the room. So I would say it's pretty good. The most impressive is probably when it gets down here to the story, backyard encounter. A spaceship sleek and humming with unknown technologies descended into his backyard. Out stepped an alien looking remarkably like a cross between a jellyfish and a disco ball. That part's pretty cool. And then they come in and then somehow the alien goes inside of the Hello Maker. Right there, and so forth. So cool. The coolest part about this whole thing is that we have the same character throughout, right? So it's pretty cool. Multiple days going on right here. And so it's pretty good. I think right over here is where maybe we would want a little bit different scene differential. Maybe I'll just change one real quick. Like this one right over here. I guess it's doing a pretty good job right over here. Maybe right over here. There is a dramatic green flash, and that's what they're saying is a new scene. Maybe this right over here, we want to go, I don't know. Let's just see if we go backyard right there and regenerate. And let's just see what it does with switching the scene to the backyard encounter right here and just to see what that would do. So I don't know. That's cool. Just something different. Bob was convinced his device could send a friendly greeting to any passing. So I like that because now he's outside. You can see the sky and stuff. So this is way better. So I like how we can change the scene and it might give us it's still going to use this prompt here, but it's going to change kind of the scenery. I like that one. So this is really freaking cool. All right. So we're going to go over here now. Since I upgraded and I actually bought the product, I can go and I can present, obviously. We can go zip PowerPoint. Let's go PowerPoint just so you guys can see what that looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and just open up Bob PowerPoint down here. We've got PowerPoint installed and we'll go and open it up. So this is what it looks like right over here. I could just go into, it's been a while since I've been in here, play from the start. And here we go. It's actually going to have this at the bottom right here. So you technically could screen record right here and just read if you wanted to right there like that. You could do that. And then it's just going to take you through right here. And this would just be if you're giving your storyboard. Now notice right over here, there's some weird stuff with the fingers right over here. I'm going to notice things like that. So definitely the fingers right there. But if you're storyboarding, this wouldn't matter. This wouldn't really be something that would really matter, right? For your YouTube video, this would be something you would want to pay attention to. But everything looks good except for that hand right there is pretty messed up. But the character stays consistent throughout. Again, fingers are with AI are the worst, right? Pretty cool right there that even the hands are weird right there. But this one right here with that alien in the background is super cool. Again, that hand right there is super, super weird and crazy. But overall, really cool. Okay, so that's PowerPoint. You can download all these as images right here. You just go up to Home, File, Save, all as JPEG or PNG. So you can do that with PowerPoint, no problem. Someone in the comments already asked from yesterday's review if you can save them as images. That's how you do it. I think the zip right here would save it as images as well. Let's see what copy presentation link looks like. I'll go in here into an incognito window and we will paste that in and just see what that looks like. So you can just send this to somebody and they can actually just look at it. They just push the arrow key and they can look at the next part. It doesn't have, I don't see the text. Let's see it over here. But they would be able to go into this view over here and see the storyboard and the text. So you can just use this and share it with other people. So that's super, super cool. That's probably even the easiest way to share this. So you just share the link. And then finally, I'm going to go ahead and download as video because I really wanted to see if we could create a video. I already did the voiceover for this. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but let's go and see what we can come up with. So preparing export. We'll be right back. All right, so it just sat there for 5 minutes. It didn't export the video. I don't know if it was just saying that it was working on the export. So a couple of things. I don't know what they mean by adding video on what the difference is. I would imagine that this would just be like a few seconds on each slide, if you will, and then putting it together a little simple video. But when they're talking about adding it to video, I really don't know. But obviously I clicked on video. This should be very easy to render because there's only 9 scenes, 9 images. And I sat there for over 5 minutes and I got impatient. Nothing really spit out. So I went ahead and just did the zip file. And this is where it's going to give you all the PNGs right here. And I'll be able to just bring those into CapCut. So that's what I'm going to do right over here. And I'm going to go ahead and let's see if I can just grab all of these right here. And it also gives you the script right there as well. So I'm going to go and grab these and move those in over here. And then grab these 3 right here and grab those and put them in as well. I like that it labels them as frame. So you have frame 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So pretty cool. And then what we would do is we would just go and start aligning this, right? So I'm going to go ahead and drag this down here. We have frame 1, and then we have frame 2. And I don't use CapCut, so to be honest with you, this might be a little new to me. But I like that when I add this over here, it says that it's already been added to your timeline. I love little features like that. Where we need to find number 3 and just start adding all these over here. For now, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can zoom out a little bit. So that's over here. So I'm going to zoom out quite a bit. And then I'm going to go and start with number 4. So you can see, you obviously get the gist of this. So I'm going to go add these and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have a total of 8 scenes. Now I'm going to grab the audio and add this down to the timeline over here. Like, so it automatically puts it down on the bottom right there like that. And then I'll need to start making adjustments, right? So what I'm going to do is zoom out as much as I can to where I can at least see the audio just like that. And then what I'll do is go and start messing around with the timing, right? So I'm going to push play. In the not so distant future, on a small overlooked planet. Okay, I had to restart my computer, long story. Here I am just wanted to show you, this is going to be the tedious process of doing this, but basically you bring all the images in right over here. We've got them all in order. We have the audio right here. And then the first scene is right here and it ends with how to do. And so that is right here where I made this cut right over here. Actually, it should be right here. So I need to move this right over here to line up with that. So then I'll push play. So distant future. On a small overlooked planet, you can see right over here, Earth. It might be small on your screen. A man whose enthusiasm for contacting extraterrestrial life was matched only by his complete lack of understanding of how to do perfect. Bob, armed with an array of homemade gadgets. We are on scene number 2, and this is how I would do this. Come up with a process right now. And I would move in the second image into here, right? And then I would just push play. And then I would just go like this. I'm sure, just going to show you on this one. It looked like they were cobbled together from a dumpster dive outside a defunct radio shack, was determined to be Earth's first official alien greeter. And then I push pause right there and I just click right here and then I'll do a split. And then that way I know that this image now needs to go to that audio point right there. Okay, so this is how I would do this. I'm going to go ahead and push pause on the video and go finish up this part. And then we're going to come in and we'll add some transitions and effects and so forth and see if we can make this look cool when we're done with this part right over here. Okay, so we have the timing. I think that was something that got out of order where I had to use the same scene twice or something like that. I'm not really sure, but nonetheless, now I'm going to go and let's just maximize this real quick. All right, so we're back in here. We have the timing right. And this is what it would look like just going through here and reading and moving scenes, right? Boring, but on point still. So then now what we would do is start applying transitions, right? So I'm coming over here to transitions and maybe we find some cool ones. I don't know, maybe a whirl right here. And I'm just going to mess with this I don't really care what they actually are. That's cool. So we'll move that right there. And just use different ones to make it fun and engaging. We're going to add a transition where we can. And we'll drop that one in right there. Why not? Cool. So we've added transitions. We can go and sample what one of those will look like. So we'll come back over here and push play real quick. Of how to do. Bob, armed with an array of homemade gadgets that looked like they were cobbled together from a dumpster dive outside a defunct radio shack, is a transition coming up. First official alien greeter. Bob's piece stay resist. That's pretty cool. The transitions were getting somewhere, adding a little bit more flair to the video, but now we need to go to the effects area right over here. And let's see. Okay, cool. I've already got some favorites picked out. Basically, I just picked out all the free versions. Let's just go and start making this cool. So I'm going to drag and drop this on the entire slide. And then I'm going to go and take a look and see what it looks like. In the not so distant future on us.
Okay, so take a look at what this looks
overlooked
like.
planet.
So that's really cool. So you can see how you can
for contacting
a video look
extraterrestrial
cool.
life.
Now, the more time we spend in here, I think that whole scene, since we don't have a ton of scenes, that whole scene, it's too much. So you can take this and shorten it, and then maybe we go with something else, maybe move it in. Actually, I'm thinking what we would have to do in order to do that is we'd have to take our cursor right here and have to actually split this. And then we'd have to go in here and grab that one that we just had. So it was this one. So we're going to maybe go like that. And then we're going to grab another one like right here, this motion, and then maybe add that one right here. Let's see if it'll let us do that. And then add this one over here to this one. It doesn't look like it's letting us do that. What is going on? One sec. Its CapCut is acting up or something today because I can't see well, I guess the special effect is right there. I guess I need to zoom in. So I'm going to zoom in. It does say that there is a special effect added. And if I wanted to edit it, we would go like that. But as you can see, we'll scroll through right here. We have that special effect. It's going to go through that 3 times. And then it's going to move into this different one right here, which is cool. And then we're going to transition. We're going to go into some different effects right here. So I'm going to see if I can now do this because I didn't see how I could do that on the last one. So maybe we move that. And then maybe we move this one right here and move that to like right there. So then we have another effect right here. See how the particles are on there now? That's cool. And then we move in and then it moves to a different one right there. And then we just keep moving forward, right? Maybe we want to, and I think for just organization purposes, I think it is easier to split the scene a little bit by just clicking right here and doing a split. And then maybe going in and adding that right there and maybe adding another one right there. So then you guys can see what it looks like right there. Cool. And then that's cooler, I think. And then right here, maybe move that on there and see what that looks like.
The device could send a friendly greeting to any passing
Maybe that would be a
spacecraft.
little too much. So maybe we want to move that like halfway. Because maybe we just want it to be subtle, right? We don't want it to be too much or it's going to be annoying to watch.
Bob was convinced
There's a
his
little bit of
device
moving going
could send
on
a
and
friendly greeting
things
to
up.
any
Not really
passing.
sure. Maybe we would add another one in right here and then move that over to like right there. And then we can see what this scene right here will look like.
Bob was convinced his device could send a friendly greeting to any passing spacecraft.
Okay. And then we'll just move this one over here just to add to this one. And then we'll go over here. I'm not really what that flow one is, but they don't really have any very good motion ones. I wanted some more motion ones because I think that just moves the image.
One fateful evening, as Bob tinkered with his contraption, adjusting the knobs with the finesse of a
Right
gorilla
there. And then maybe we do one last one. Maybe this one right over here.
oven mitts, the skies above him flashed a brilliant green. A spaceship,
There you go.
sleek and
I like that
humming
one.
with unknown technologies, descended into its background.
But now it's moving too much. So then what I'm going to do with this speed is we're going to make it way less like that. And I want to see what that will look like.
Spaceship,
Way
and
less,
with
and that's
unknown
way better. It's
technology
not going to hurt
descended
someone's
into
eyes.
its background. Out stepped
That
an
one's
alien.
cool. I want to do one more edit on that and make the size smaller too. So it's just a little, that's how you can adjust the subtlety to it. See?
A cross
So it's
between
moving a little
jellyfish
bit, and then we could also add some more on top of that as well. So we'll add that on as well and see, because you can add multiple effects on here. So we'll see what this scene looks like.
spaceship, sleek and humming with
So that's actually
unknown
pretty
technologies,
cool.
descended into its
What's
background.
going on right there? So then we'll just go and
Alien, who introduced itself as Zorp,
we would only want to do maybe just a little bit on this, right? So I'm going to actually go like this, and I'm going to just move that over, and then I'm going to grab that. I'm going to copy, C, Control Z, just undo that. And so that comes on. We have a little bit of lightning, and then it goes away. And then maybe we want to, I don't know what this ripple effect does. Let's go ahead and add that on. So we have the lightning ends
itself as Zorp, through a series of blips and bloops
that's gonna
that
move.
Bob's game
Blips and
console
bloops, that's kinda what
miraculously
it
translated
does
into
that.
English, was here to make first contact.
So we have one last one. So I'm going with all these free ones, right? Like probably need a little bit better. Obviously, if you go to a pro version, it's going to be better. I'm not seeing where that's making it glow. Is it actually working? I guess it's adding some glow. Let me do a Control Z. It does work, yeah. So add the glow, just glows a little bit. And maybe add this here and make the speed a lot less. And push play.
To Earth by the peculiar signals emanating from Bob's backyard.
And even more, maybe make the strength a little bit less and the speed even less right here.
Bob, puffing up with pride, offered Zorba.
And maybe just for fun, why not? Let's add the blue on there too. But you don't want to do too much for a long scene or it's just going to be kind of messed up. Okay, so apparently I am using some pro features, so I couldn't export it. So if that's the case, then there would obviously be a lot more effects that we could use that are pro, they're going to be better, right? But that's fine. And then they also even have these body effects right here too. Let's just apply one real quick. Already doing a lot on that one. Let's just add this one just for fun because it's funny. See if it does anything. And then why not? Let's add another one in right over here. Okay. So let's just go and look. We just added some effects just to see what's going on. Let's watch it real quick.
In the not so distant future, on a small overlooked planet called Earth, lived Bob, a man whose enthusiasm for contacting extraterrestrial life was matched only by his complete lack of understanding of how to do. Bob, armed with an array of homemade gadgets that looked like they were cobbled together from a dumpster dive outside a defunct radio shack, was determined to be Earth's first official alien greeter. Bob's Peace Day Resistance was a communication device he dubbed the Interstellar Hello Maker. It was essentially a modified microwave with a satellite dish strapped to it, using an old game console for processing power. Bob was convinced his device could send a friendly greeting to any passing spacecraft. Instead, it only managed to aggressively cook any birds that flew too close, and occasionally pick up local taxi radio transmissions. One fateful evening, as Bob tinkered with his contraption, adjusting the knobs with the finesse of a gorilla wearing oven mitts, the skies above him flashed a brilliant green. A spaceship, sleek and humming with unknown technologies, descended into its background. Out stepped an alien, looking remarkably like a cross between a jellyfish and a disco ball sparkling under the moonlight. The alien, who introduced itself as Zorp, through a series of blips and bloops that Bob's game console miraculously translated into English, was here to make first contact. The Zorp explained that they were drawn to Earth by the peculiar signals emanating from Bob's backyard. Bob, puffing up with pride, offered Zorba a tour of his advanced communication setup.
Okay, so I want to apologize for the audio, how it goes up and down. It got really loud at the beginning of some of those slides, and then it quieted off. I actually used my software that I am coming out with that is a voice recorder, so I actually used that to record the whole thing, but we are working on that issue right there. And so that's what caused that at the beginning of those slides. They're actually loud, and we're working on getting it to where it doesn't do that. So that's why it did that. But as you can see, this is pretty dang cool. I think the game changer about this, without describing prompts and going to Midjourney, which we can get some really awesome images and we could apply this kind of same thing to. But the difference is that all these characters are consistent throughout the story. And that is the game changer, right? So it's getting very creative right here. And then we're back to this guy right here. It's the same guy. We're telling a story. And if we could maybe change scenes faster, maybe is what I would even almost want to do even more. Instead of spending about 10, 15 seconds on this one right here, it would be better to be changing slides every 5 seconds. It would be really great, but this is pretty insane. Just what you can do with a little bit of time, about 30 minutes worth of time, you can create this. Pretty cool. I don't know if this would be quite ready to go and publish on YouTube. It's probably not good enough. The audio needs fixed. The story kind of sucks, right? I need to get a better story. But overall, this is how you can take this concept right here of what I did and you can go out there and probably do way better than what I did right here. But I just wanted to show this is pretty cool. And I don't know what their video creator is going to do, but essentially you're probably going to want to be doing some post editing. If you're going to pick this up, you're going to want to be doing some post editing like this anyways to make your videos really stand out. And they are going to be adding voiceover, all kinds of good stuff. So I think this is just the beginning of the software. It's going to get really good. Thanks for tuning in. I think this is a keeper. The link will be below if you want to go pick it up. The deal is good. The price is good. You can go pick up license tier 1, $49, license tier 2, $99. I think that unless you're planning on really going at it and making a team out of this and so forth, then you would want to get license tier 3. But a license tier 2 is amazing for $99 for yourself. You're going to be able to use this unlimited. Pretty awesome stuff right over here. So this is Catalyst Storytelling Studio AI. Go pick it up. I'll see you in the next video.